Hi, hello. Welcome to Computer Programming Java 2. Now I'm going to perform Java Novice Lab. Welcome to Java Novice Lab. So, ipaperform ko po ngayon kung paano po siya gawin and so on. So dito po, to get started, simply access the editor, top right panel and select plus to create or upload a file for editing. So ito po yun. And then, para makapag-upload po tayo ng file, pupunta lang tayo dito sa 3 dots. So let's get started. So all files are stored in the file tree which is located to the left of terminal. So dito po siya lahat. Yan po, and then corner, dito po yung terminal natin. Then let's continue. You can run the code manually using the terminal or press the blue run. Ito po yung blue run and then button located in the bottom right corner of the lab window. Yes, ito po siya as you can see here and then here. In the web browser, click the fresh icon and it will display a live web page preview. Ito po. That. To navigate between lab, click on the hamburger icon on the top right corner of the title bar. Ito po yan. Here. And then scroll to the lab that you want to enter and click it. So, here are the project's names: Python Novice Lab, formatting simple data types, flow controls and conditionals, copying containers, and risk comprehension. Each lab will have associated tasks for you to complete. Check the tasks by referencing the solutions of the following page. So here is the task. Complete the following tasks in the sequence. Create variables for an integer, a floating point number, a character string, and a boolean value. Number 2, use style printf formatting to construct a string within your variables. Limit the floating point. Number 2, decimal places. Construct a string with your variables using the string format method. Represent the boolean value as 0 for false and 1 for true. Construct a string using the Python 3.6 or letter formatted string. When prompted with the questions, choose your answer and press check button. If correct, we'll move on. If incorrect, you can choose retry. So after that, we will have a quiz. Then the question is, what is a non-local keyword typically used for? Then later on, we'll get back to that. And then when you complete the task successfully, move into the next lab by clicking the right arrow and the bottom of this page. Now let's go to the page 2. Working with different operators. Introduction. As a prerequisite for this lab, you should have already completed the following course. Welcome to the Working with Different Operators lab. Your assignment for this exercise is to use primitive data types in Java and perform various operators such as arithmetic, assignment, logical, comparison, and string operations in Java. Task. Use primitive data types to perform different operators in Java. The model solution to this task can be found to the next page. So here are the tasks that we are going to perform. Complete the following tasks in sequence. Perform various arithmetic operators using primitive data types, and then perform various assignment operators using primitive data types. Perform various comparison operators using primitive data types, and then perform various logical operators using primitive data types, and last, perform various string operations in Java. So, and then we will have a quiz later on. Then we will find out what is the answer to that quiz. And then let's move on to the page 3. So welcome to the solution working with different operators. Now, here are the tasks that I'm going to perform. Task number 1. To write a Java program in our environment, we can get into an empty folder tab, which is here, and then available in the file tree. This is the file tree. Then, to get into the lab1 folder in the terminal, type cd lab1. So, let's get started. cd space nav01, then enter. So there. If makikita nyo po na ganito, ibig pong sabihin okay po siya. Then let's move on to number 3. The arithmetic operators in Java is used to perform the common mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. To perform the above-mentioned mathematical operations in Java, we need to write a Java program. To do this, in the file tree, under workspace, click on the 3 dots. The 3 dots is here for the lab 1. For that, and let's continue. Then, workplace, so click in the 3 dots lab 1 and select the new file. So, for the first task, we will have the arithmetic operator.java. So, we will create a file under lab 1. Arithmetic operator.java. So, let's double check the spelling, arithmetic, and then the operator.java, and then we'll create. So there. Then after that, the file arithmetic operator.java is opened in the text editor. To perform the arithmetic operations in Java, type the following code in the next editor as. So we will transfer this code to this empty space. Okay, so C, and then here. So after that, on line 1, we create a class titled arithmetic operator, which is same as the file name. On line 2, we specify the main method as public static void main string args. Within the main method, we declare values. Yes. And then on line 3 and 4, we declare variables A and B on type integer and assign values as 500 and 50 respectively. On line 5, 6 here, as you can see, 5 and 6, we create Java string objects for S1 and S2 and literals. The arithmetic operators such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and modulus are binary operators which involves two operands, namely A and B. The addition operator is used to add the two operands as A plus B, and subtraction operator is used to subtract two operands as A minus B, and the multiplication operator is used to multiply two operands as A times B, and the division operator is used to divide the first operand as dividend by the second operand B, which is the divisor, and gives the quotient as a result. The operator modulus is a binary operator that is used to return the remainder with the first operand A. Dividend is divided by the second operand B as divisor. The addition operator in Java is used to cancellate any number of strings, and also it takes any types of arguments and convert it string types and then consonant on a line 14. Line 14 here. We combine two strings objects with S1 and S2 and create new strings object 3. So here. On line 7, here, and 15, here, we use systemout.println statements to print the argument passed into the system out, which is generally system out. Now, press Ctrl S to save the file. To compile the program, we'll save the file, Ctrl S. Then, in the file terminal, the terminal is here. inside the lab 1, type type Java arithmetic operator dot Java and then press enter. So let's do it. Java operator dot Java. Hit operator Java. Let's double check the spelling so that we can move on. Then enter. Okay, like. So as you can see the image here, same with here. Okay, then let's proceed. Now the file arithmetic Java is successfully compiled without error. As you can see, without error. To run the program in a terminal, type Java arithmetic operator and press enter. Let's type Java space and arithmetic or arith operator. Let's double check the spelling, Java arith operator, and then there. As you can see, the image here and here are the same. So meaning, as we enter the Java arithmetic, there is no error with the program or the codes. So as we'll differentiate if there's an error. Difference, product, division, modulus, value of variable, value of delete, and then the concatenation of strings is one is Java Novice. Right. So now let's proceed to the task number 2. The assignment operators in Java are used to assign values to variables. Here, the left-hand side operand of the assignment operator is a variable, and the right-hand side operand of the assignment operator is a value. The value on the right-hand side must have same data type of the operand on the left-hand side. The assignment operators such as simple assignment, equals, addition assignment, plus equals, subtraction assignment, equals, division assignment, and then division equals, and modulus assignment operators are used in Java. To perform the above-mentioned assignment operators in Java, we need to write a Java program. And to do this, in the file tree under Workspace, click on the three dots of folder Lab1 and select New File. So we'll have to create another new file for assign operator. Then, the Lab1, new file, assign, we will type assign operator. Assign operator.java. Let's check the spelling and then kulang lang n. Assign. ESSIGN operator.java. Okay, we create the file and there you go. Here. Now let's proceed. The file assign operator.java is open the text editor. To perform the assignment operations in Java, type the following code in the text editor as, okay, as itong code na to is itatype natin or ililipat natin dito sa space na to, okay? It's not wait and there. So now I will explain to you the code. On the line 1, we create a class titled assign operator, which is same as the file name. On the line 2, we specify the main method as public static void main string args. Yeah, here. Within the main method, we declare values. And on line 3 and 4, we declare the values of a type integer and if of a type double whose values are assigned using simple assignment operator as in 3.45 respectively. Here, 3.45. The addition assignment operator plus equals operates by adding the current value of the variables on the left to the value to the right and then assign the result to the operand on the left. On line 5 here, we have a plus equals 10, which means e equals e plus 10. Here are the current value of a is 40, and hence after executing e plus equals 10, the value of a is 50, right? Okay. Then on line 9 here, we have subtraction assignment operators as a subtract equals 5, which means a equals 5 minus 5. Here are the current value of a is 50, and means the value of a after executing e subtract equals 5 is 45. On line 11 here, we have the multiplication assignment operator f multiply equals 5.00, which means f equals f times 5.00. Here the current value of f is 3.45. The value of f after executing line 11 is 17.25. Right. On line 13 here, we have division assignment operator e and division equals 5, which means a equals a divide 5. Here the current value of a is 45, and hence after executing line 13, the value of a is 9. On line 15, we have modulus assignment operator f modulus equals 2, which means for on line 15 is here, and then let's go, which means f equals f modulus 2. Here are the current value of f is 17.25, and hence after executing the line 15, the value of f is 1.25. Now press Ctrl S to save the file. Ctrl S, and then to compile the program, assign operator.java in the terminal inside lab1 folder, type java assignment operator.java and press enter. So let's go. Type java ops space assign operator .java, then assign enter. Okay, there's no error. Let's proceed. Now that the file assign operator.java is successfully compiled without errors, and to run the program in the terminal, type as java assignment operator and press enter. Okay, let's type java space assign and operator. Let's check it. Java assign operator and then enter. See? If you can see the image here and then here, as you can see, there is no error. Okay? 50, 45, 17.25, 9, and then 1.25. So let's proceed to the task number 3. The comparison operators and the binary operators, which are used to check relations between two operands. The comparison operators include to, double equals, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal to. They return Boolean result either true or false after the comparison. To perform the above-mentioned comparison operators in Java, you need to write a Java program, and then to do this, in the file tree under workspace, click on the three dots of folder lab01 and then select new file. Okay, we'll have to create another file, which is the computer operator or com-operator.java, right? And lab1, new file, type com-operator.java. Now let's double check the spelling. Com-operator, computer operator. operator.java. Home. Saving. Then, create the file. Then, let's proceed. The file comparator.java is open the text editor, and then to perform the comparison operations in Java, type the following code in the text editor as. So we have to copy and then transfer here of this code. Now I will explain the code. Okay, on line 1 here, we create a class titled operator which is same as file name on line 2. We have specified the main and method as public static void main string args. Within the main method, we declare variables. On line 3 and 4, we declare the integer variables a and b as 18 and 36 respectively, and then on line 5, we evaluate the value of c using expression b minus a, which is 18 here. The equals operator is used to check whether the two given operands a and c are equal or not, since both a equals 18 and c 18 rather, and c equals 18 and returns true. And then for this operator, the functions opposites of that this operator, it returns true of this operand, and the left hand side is not equal to the right hand side, else return false. Here equals a equals 18 and b equals 36, and hence e of this variable returns to true. The greater than operator and the greater equals checks whether first operand is greater than the second operand or greater than or equal to second operand respectively. The operator returns true when the operand at the left hand side is greater than right hand side, or greater than or equal to the second operand. Similarly, the less than operator and the less than equals operator checks whether the first operand is less than second operand or less than or equal to the second operand respectively. The operator returns true when the operand on the left hand side is less than the right hand side or less than equal to the second operand. Now, we will save this code. And then to save this, we have to Control plus S. Then we'll do that. Plus S, and there you go. And let's continue. In the terminal inside Lab 1, folder type java operator.java and then press enter. Let's type here java space home operator home operator.java home operator.java Java operator, then let's enter. Okay, as you can see, there is no error. Now that the file operator.java is successfully complied without errors, as you can see, to run the program in the terminal, type as java operator and then press enter. Okay, java space home operator then enter. As you can see, the result here and the result are same, so meaning to say there is no error. Okay, as you can see, that true, false, true. Then let's proceed to task number 4. The logical operators are used to perform logical and or and not operations. The function of these operators are similar to AND gate and OR gate in digital electronics. The logical AND double AND operators returns true when both the conditions under consideration are true. If even one of condition returns false, then the operator results false. The logical OR operators returns true when one of the two conditions under considerations are true. If even one of the condition is true, then the operator results true. The logical NOT operator is unary operator and returns true when the condition under consideration is false. That is, if the condition is false. The operator returns true, and when the condition is true, the operator returns false. To perform the above-mentioned logical operators in Java, we need to write Java program, and then to do this, in the file tree under workspace, click on the three dots of folder lab01 and then select new file. So we will have to create another file which is the logic operator.java. That three dots, new file, and logic operator.java. Operator.java. Then create file. Okay. Then let's proceed. After that, the file logic-operator.java is open in the text editor. To perform the logical operations into Java, type the following code in the next editor as here. Excuse me. Here. Then, after that, I will explain the code. On line 1 here, we create a class titled logic operator which is same as file name on line 2. Line 2 here, we specify the main method as public static void main string args. Within the main method, we declare variables. As you can see here, on line 3 and 4, and then 5, we declare variables A, B, and C using expressions and assignment operators and 15, 100, and 20 respectively here. On line 3, this operator returns false because the condition A less than B returns false and C greater than A returns true. On line 10, here, this operator returns true because the condition B less than C returns false, but the condition B greater than A returns true. On line 11 here, this operator returns true because the condition of this operator returns false. Now, we will have to save this code. Control Ace. Then, after that, we will compile the logic operator under the terminal. So here, let's continue. It's Java operator.java. Java operator.java and then enter. Oops. You see, there's an error, so let's do it again. Java operator.java. Operator.java. Which and file name using, so we'll figure it out. So then we'll have to add another cd lab01 and enter. Then this here, and then enter. Search in file while parsing in this. Okay. Error reach end of file while parsing. Editor.java. Hmm. Then editor.java. Operator.java. Check okay. Wait, let's do it again so that we can see operator system out. Cylinder C1 enter. Then let's continue. Sorry for that. Then now first control is to save the file. Is then in the terminal inside lab1 folder type java operator.java and then press enter. Space Java. Here and then figured out. Then let's continue. Now that the file logoperator.java is successfully compiled without errors, and to run the program in the terminal, type as Java logic operator and then press enter. Let's go and then Java space. Oops. Then let's continue. Operator, logic operator, logic. Then enter. Okay. And as you can see here, two the image here are the same, so which means there is no error in the codes as we progress. And then now let's go on to the task number 5. In Java, string A is an object that represents sequence of characters. The java.lang.string class is used to create Java string objects. We can create string in the Java using string literals and using new keyword. In this, we can perform various operations on string using the string methods such length, chart art, substring, concat, trim, and then replace in Java. And then to perform the above mentioned string methods in Java, we need to write a Java program. And how we can do this? So let's create another new file under lab1. And for this, we create for the string of that Java. The lab1, a new file, and string of dot java. String operator dot java, and then create file. Okay, let's proceed. The string of the Java file is opened in the next editor. To perform the var string operations in Java, type the following code in the text in the editor as. So let's continue and okay. Then I will explain to you on line 1 here, excuse me, we create class title string of which is same as the file name. On line 2, we specify the main method as public static void main string args. Within the main method, we declare variables. On line 3 and 4, we create string objects S1 and S2 using string literals. The value string S1 is Java and S2 is Javanista Lab. On line 7, the string method returns the numbers of characters in the string S1 as 4. On line 8, here, the string method chart art integers returns the character index. Here S2 chart 4 returns fourth index of string S2, which is fifth character in Javanista Lab as n. The string substring integers in line number 9 here returns the substring from the index character to n. Here are S2 substring 6 on, and then on line 9 here returns the string sub lab, which is from the 6th index to the end of string Javanista Lab. The string concat string method consonants or combines specific string star in the end of another string, and then on line 10, S1 concat Novice Lab concats the string Novice Lab to the end of the string S1 says Java as Java Novice Lab. On line 12 here, the string method returns the copy of the string by removing the white spaces in both ends, and it does not affect white spaces in the middle. On line 14, S2 reflects Javanista Python. Methods return new string in Python Lab and replacing occurrences of Javanista to Python on string S2. Now let's save the code. Yes, and then after that, in the terminal inside lab1 folder, we will type java string of .java and then press enter. Let's go. Oh, the Java. Enter. Okay, let's continue. There's no error. Now that the file string of is successfully compiled without errors, and then to run the program in the terminal, type as java string of and then press enter. Okay. Enter. Okay. Now, I have problem with it here. We will have to make a revision of the code because as you can see here, it says fifth, but then here fourth, and then in the code, it's also 4. And also, I noticed that the spelling of Python is wrong. So we have to correct with this. Okay? And then another problem is that here, it's indicate the substring from 7 character. But in the code, it says 6. So that's why in the result, as we progress, it also says 6. So we have to revise or correct with this. Let's start with the fourth. Let's change it to 5. And then 6 for 7. Then the Python. Python inch. Oh, yeah. Python. Python 7, 7, and then 5. So, Control S, and then we'll run again Java. Okay. String of dot Java. Java string of dot enter. Then let's proceed to Java string of Java. Write the spell. You have to double check and string of Java string of and then enter. Okay. Now good job, because as you can see here, the fifth character is in the string Javanese lab is in, and then here the fifth index character is in the Java string, and then for the other one, the substring from seventh character, and then as you can see, the results of Python is now in the correct spelling. There you go. Then for that, let's continue. And before we continue to the lab 2, we will have to proceed for go back to the quiz. Okay, for this, answer the multiple choice questions below. You can't attempt the answer until it is successfully completed. Consider the give code. So for this, I have to create new file under lab1 also new file. This for the string char str char character dot java str char java and then wait. Okay, see here. Then have to get this code. Here, and it's all good. So let's proceed. Then we'll save that. Control S. Then we'll run that Java space str character or char dot Java str char dot Java and then enter. Okay, str char class names str error again. Dot Java, then enter. Okay, and then Java space str character char, then Java str char, and enter. Alright, for this quiz, the character is N. Then check. Yes, it's correct. Now, so as go back, I already completed this task. Okay, now let's proceed to lab number 2. 3, 4. For this, using control structures. As a prerequisite for this lab, you should have already completed the following course. Welcome to the Using Control Structures Lab. Using Control Structures Lab. Your assignment for this exercise is to write a Java program using the various control statements such as if else, nested if, which statement, for loops, while loops, and also using breaks and continuous statements. Thus, implement various control statements in Java. The model solution to this task can be found on the next page. So, on this using control structure, the tasks are complete the following sequence. Using nested if statements, switch statements, looping statements, break, and continuous statements in for loop. And then, we will also have a quiz on this later on. Next, go to page number 5. Solution using control structures. So, let's go with the task number 1. To write a Java program in our environment, we can get into an empty folder lab02 which is available in the file tree. So we will have to create a file under file name. But before that, to get into the lab02 folder in the terminal, type cd lab02. So we have to set this and then we'll create cd space lab02. Then enter. Okay, let's continue. An if statement inside another if statement is called the nested if statements. And if statements have a condition followed by a statement, the statement gets executed only when the given solution is true. To implement in the nested if statements in Java, in the file tree under workspace, click on the 3 dots of folder lab02 and select new file. So, for that, we will create a file for nestedif.java. For under the lab2, proceed to 3 dots, new file, and then we'll create for nestedif.java. Next, we have to make sure of the spelling, and then there you go, we have to create file. See, let's continue. Nested Java is open to the next editor. This, to perform the nested operations in Java, we'll have to transfer the codes in the space or in the text editor. Okay, let's proceed. And sorry for that. Now, I'll explain to you. In the codes, on line 1, we create a class titled nestedif, which is same as the file name on line. And then on line 2, we specify the main method as public static void main string args. Within the main method, we declare variables. So as you can see here on line 1, and then we declare variables. On line 3, we declare integers variables num, whose value is 10. In the nested if statements, we have f block within another f block. Here, the inner if block condition executes only when the outer if block condition is true. And then on line 4, we have the outer if block whose condition is num less than or greater than 0. Rather, since the value of num equals 10, the condition becomes true. And then hence, the next inner block if statement, the line 5 gets executed. The condition num greater than equals 10 and of these variables is true, and hence the next inner block if the statement condition on line 6 here is executed. Since then modulus 2 is equal to 0. This condition is also becomes true, and hence the statement, the given number is a positive two-digit even number because it's printed on the console. In dismissed if statements, if any of the F block conditioning becomes false, then its corresponding else block will be executed. Now, we'll have to save this code. Control plus S, and then let's proceed. On the terminal for lab 2, we will have to type the Java acquisitive, the Java, and then press enter. So let's go. Okay, let's proceed. Now, the file is said is successfully compiled without errors, as you can see. To run the program in the terminal, type as java nested if and then press enter. Java, okay, let's go. Then there you go. As you can see, the given number is a positive two-digit even number. Okay, let's continue to the task number 2. The switch statement in Java allows us to choose a block of code based on the value of the expression. The value of the expression is compared with the values of each case. If there is a match, then the respective block of code is executed. Each case statement can have a break statement, which is optional. When the control reaches the break statement, the control jumps out of switch statement. If a break statement is not found, it executes the next case. If none of these cases matches, then the default statement is executed, which is also optional. To perform the above mentioned switch statement in Java, we need to write a Java program, and then to do this, in the file tree under workspace, click on the 3 dots folder lab02 and select new file. For this, we have to create file for switchstakes.java. lab2 3 dots new file, then switch state.java. Switch, spelling is correct, and then Java state there with file. There you have it. Let's continue. The file switchstage.java is opened in the text editor, and then we have to perform this code on the text editor here. Here and then let's continue. In line 1, the scanner class is used to get user input, and it is found in the java.util package. On line 2, we create a class titled with switch state, which is same as the file name. And then on the line 3 here, we specify the main method as public static void main string args. And then within the main method, we declare variables, right? On line 5, we create a scanner object and using the scanner class to read an integer value for the variable fruit. From the console, on line 7, we use method nextInteger. Now, the variable fruit will have any of the value from 1 to 4 based on the value of the variable fruit. The line A switch fruit gets executed, and for example, if the value of fruit is 3, then the case 3 on line 15, as you can see here, will be executed and control comes out of the switch statement. If none of the case matches, then the default statement on line 21 here will be executed. Now we'll have to save the code. Ctrl S, then proceed, Java, switch late, Java, Java switch state, enter. There. Let's continue. Now that the file switch state.java is successfully compiled without errors, and then to run the program in the terminal, type java state, switch state, and then press enter. Okay. Then enter. Then we have again select 3. Then enter. So you have chosen avocado. But I noticed on the code that there is a mistake. Because as you can see, with the word chosen, it should be a past participle. So we have to correct on this. Backspace chosen. Then, and I also noticed that the spelling of avocado, instead of avocado, the code says avocado. We have to correct this to avocado. Then there's nothing else, so we have to save the codes, Ctrl S, and then we save to the terminal. You have to type Java switch state dot Java. Then enter. Then we have to type Java space switch state, and then enter. Then we have to choose number 3, enter. Now as you can see here, oh, there's something. We have to rerun the codes because here I did not correct the chosen, which is like this. Backspace and then Ctrl S. You have to run again. Java space switch dot Java. Enter. Again. Correct in that matter. Control V. Enter. Then there's no error anymore, and then let's proceed. Let's type Java switch state. Java switch state. Then enter. Enter again, and then there you have it. You have chosen avocado. It is rich in vitamin A. So let's proceed to task number 3. For the looping statement in Java are using to execute one or more statements repeatedly several number of times. In Java, we have 3 types of loops, namely for loop, while loop, and do while loops. For loop, Java is the control statement that irritates a part of the program and then to multiple times. This loop is used only when the number of irritation is fixed. To perform for loop in Java in the file tree and the workspace, click on the three dots for the lab 2 and then select new file. For this, we have to create a file for loop.java. Tab 2, three dots, new file, and then for loop. Sorry for that. Again. And the Java. For loop.java file. So as you can see here, then let's continue. When the file for loop.java is opened in the next editor, we have to conduct this code to the type or the text editor in this space. Again, let's continue. Then for loop, and then I will explain to you how does it. Line 1 here, rather in this program we have for loop inside. Another for loop is called a nested for loop. The inner for loop executes completely whenever the outer for loop executes. On line 1, we create a class title for loop, which is same as file name. On line 3, we specify the main method as public static void main, as you can see here. And then, in the main method, we declare variables. Let's proceed. On line 5 and 6, we have outer and inner for loops respectively. In the outer for loop, we have initialization for this operator and the condition for 5 is less than equals to 10 is true, and hence the control goes to the inner for loop. The inner for loop, we have initializations to g equals 6 and the condition is 6 less than equals 5 is false. Hence the control goes the outer for loop. Similarly, the inner and outer for loops executes until the condition is true. Once the condition is false, the control comes out of the loop. Whenever the condition in the inner for loop is true, the value of g is printed on line 7. The front end method in line 9 executed whenever the control goes from inner for loop to outer for loop. Now, press Ctrl S to save the file and then to compile the program for loop.java. In the terminal inside lab 2 folder, type java for loop.java and press enter. Okay, Ctrl S. Then java space for loop.java. Java for loop, then enter. Okay, now that the file for loop Java is successfully compiled without errors, as you can see, to run the program in the terminal, type java for loop and then press enter. Let's go. Then java space for loop. Enter. Okay, oops, before that, snap up to, then Java, sorry, let's continue here. For loop.java, let's go on. So then there you have it. As you can see, there is no error on the program. 67678, 6789, 678910. So let's continue. A while loop in Java is a control flow statement that allows code to be executed repeatedly based on the given Boolean condition, whereas the do-while loop statement that executes a part of the programs at least once in the further execution depends upon the given Boolean condition. To perform this, while the loop in Java, in the file tree under Workspace, click on the three dots on folder Lab02 and then select New File. So we have to select for while loop.java. Now, three dots, New File. Then let's proceed for while loop.java. While loop.java. Then 8. Then to the file while loop.java is open in the next editor. To perform the while loop in Java, type the following code in the next editor as like this. Then there you have it. And then let's continue. On line 3 and 5, we have declared variable a and sum of type integer, and their values are 2 and 0 respectively. On line 4, we have an array of type integer, and the array of values are given as 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. On line 6, the expressions in the while statement of this operator is evaluated. The condition of this operator is true, hence the body of the loop is executed. On line 8, we have enhanced for loop, which provides a way to iterate through the elements of an array. On line 9, all the elements in the array are added using for this loop. On line 10, the expression is updated by decrementing the loop variable a. Here, the while loop executes until condition a greater than equals 1 is false. The condition becomes false for the value of a is 0. Now, let's press Ctrl S to save the file. To compile the program, while loop.java in the terminal inside Lab02 folder, type java while loop.java and press enter. Then Ctrl S and then while loop.java and then enter. Oops. Above loop Java error class loop is public. You should declare a file name .java. What's wrong? Again. Space. Again. Have to do this again. Again. See, we'll have to save, then a terminal, cd space lab02, then enter. Then let's continue. We have, because there's some problem, there's an error, we have to figure it out what is the problem. Okay, the space. There. So now the file value.java is successfully compiled without errors. To run the program in the terminal, type is a Java while loop and then press enter. Okay, says Java space while loop and enter. Right? So you can see the sum of numbers is 56. Right? So let's proceed to task number 4. The break and continue statements are the jump statements that are used to skip some statements inside the loop or terminate the loop immediately. The break is a jump statement in Java which is used to conditionally transfer program control from one point to another point in the program. To perform the break statement in Java, for loop in the file tree under workspace, click on the three dots of folder lab02 and then select new file. For that, we have to create file for break4.java. Lab02, three dots, file, then break4.java. Then let's continue. The file break4.java is opened in the next editor, and then to perform the break statement in Java, we have to the we have the following code in the next editor as then this. I'm sorry for that. Again, let's continue. We have two for loops in 5 and 6. For the value I equals 2, in the outer for loop, the condition F of the operators on line 8 becomes true. If the condition is true, then the statement on line 3 break baby statement executed to terminate the inner loop. Here, the println method in line 11 will not be executed. Here, for the value of I equals 1 and I equals 3 in the outer for loop, the F condition will never become true, and hence the value of I and J are printed as 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, and then 3, 3. You have to press Ctrl S and then to save the file. To compile the program break4.java in the terminal inside lab02 folder, type java break4.java and then press enter. Right? Yes, then java break4.java. As you can see, let's continue. Then now that the file break4.java is successfully compiled without errors, to run the program in the terminal, type as java break4 and then press enter. Okay. Because I typed it should be java Java before and then enter. Now, as you can see, the value of I and j are printed as 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. Let's proceed. The continuous statement in Java is used to escape the current iteration of a loop. It is used in the situations when we want to continue the loop but do not want to execute the remaining statement after the continuous statement. To perform the continuous statement in Java for loop, the file tree under workspace, click on the three dots of folder lab02 and then select new file. Now, we will have to create file for continue for .java lab02 three dots new file and then continue for .java 8 file. Let's proceed. The file continue for.java is open in the text editor. To perform the continue statement in Java, type the following code in the next editor as continue means then on line 1, we create a class title continue for which is same as the file name. And then on line 2, as you can see, we have specified the main method public static void main string args. Within the main method, we declare variables rather. In the given program, we count the continue of characters either A or A in the given string advanced Java. And then on line 3, the string object s1 is created, and on line 4, the variable num is declared as integer as it's initialized to 0. And then on line 5, as you can see, the string method length is used to find length of string and its value. It's decremented by 1 and is assigned to integer variable max. On line 7, we have for loop which executes until the condition I less than equals max is true. On line 8, we have if condition and then of this character. And then whenever this if condition encounters true, the continue statement escapes the current iteration and continues to the next iteration. When the if condition encounters false, then the variable's num is incremented by 1. Let's continue. Press Ctrl plus S to save the file to compile the program. Continue for.java is in the terminal inside lab02 folder. Type java continue for.java and then press enter. So yan. Ctrl S and then Java C for.java enter. And then now the file continue for.java is successfully compiled without errors. As you can see, to run the program in the terminal, type as java continue first and then proceed java space continue for java continue for and then enter. So you can but I noticed of a problem here, which is the spelling of characters. It should be, so we have to revise or make a revision of this characters, and then for that Control S, the Java for the Java. Here, Then, continue for, continue for. Now, so as you can see, in the number of characters, the word characters now is in the correct spelling. So, that's it for the prelim exam from page. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We have to back to the quiz. So the quiz, the question is, which keyword used in loops can skip the remaining statements of a particular iteration and start the next iteration? The answer will be continue. Check. Yeah. Then for this, for the all tasks, and we are done. Sorry for that. Okay, let's wait for a while. So for the lab 02, we have break for the Java, continue for the Java, for loop the Java, nested of the Java, switch type the Java, while of the Java, and whether for the lab 1, arithmetic operator, assign operator, computer operator, logic operator, string operator, and then for the quiz for the STR chart. Please complete. As you can see, complete the following tasks in the quiz in print check. Then, then 5. So that's it for the prelim exam from page 1 to 5. Thank you so much.